What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Jay, and welcome back to another FC Cincinnati vlog. This is going to be a little bit different. I am actually going to be talking about FC Cincinnati, where they're at now, kind of what's coming down the pipeline, especially with this season, and where the team wants to go, which is going to be very exciting if they're actually able to pull this off. So first and foremost, let's start with the fact that the team is still vying for the MLS. They've already had a showing last year where they can show 35,000 people in a packed stadium for Crystal Palace coming over and actually playing a minor league soccer team, which I'm not saying it hasn't been done, but that's huge for a first-year club to actually bring a good Premier League team from one of the most well-known football league in the world to come play us for 90 minutes, which didn't have to happen, but it did. So in that game, we actually had the MLS commissioner actually at the game, so to kind of see how the buzz is around Cincinnati, what the whole deal is with the city, how it's embracing the club, and it's actually been good. So now with this here, there are three things that are happening that could honestly jumpstart that even more and actually put us in a hot seat for expansion for the MLS. Let's first talk about the MLS expansion and what is required of that. So starting off the season, I read a vlog sent over to me by a good friend of mine, and the crowd turnout is actually good. It's actually good for FC Cincinnati, averaging about 15,000 a game, which is very comparable, or probably even more than MLS games on a regular basis. So far you're so good. You're so far so good on that point. You obviously have a good record, which is very well apparent. From last year going into this season. They obviously got to pick it up this season, but honestly, it is more this improvement that I can see down the line, especially when they get a full lineup and they're actually to play consistent players on the pitch. So that's good for them. And then also, the biggest thing that they're looking at is if you're going to have an MLS team, you need to have a specific stadium that is for this club. You can't use a football stadium or a college football stadium for long if you want to be recognized in MLS. So the good thing about this is the fact that now there are plans for FC Cincinnati to start talking about where they want to build a stadium and if they want to go ahead and do that. There's a town hall meeting on Monday, June 12th, to kind of discuss the three locations of where they are. I can name at least one, which is because I live close by. It's, if you know Cincinnati, it's actually over close by Oakley Station, where they just built a new Kroger, and I think it's actually maybe a good spot because you can't really put anything downtown, although I would like it to be just because it's close to all those pro club teams already, and it would be nice, but at the same time, you got to give its own space for it to develop and allow people to funnel into the stadium, allow it to grow, and let it be successful. And I think that's huge, and I think it's the right decision by MLS to say, hey, you all need a stadium before you all can actually join this league. And I think what's going to happen is they kind of talked about public funding for the stadium, which at this point I don't think it's the right move to ask the public for money for the stadium. What I would think is you have the big companies here. You got Cincinnati Bell, you have the Macy's of the world, or you have local companies. Like, these is like big companies, top 500, like Fortune 500 companies, and with a team like this that can bring in generate additional revenue, you can I would think to kind of use your influence to gather those people to help fund the stadium versus actually trying to get the public to do it. Don't get me wrong. The public is all bought in for FC Cincinnati. It's apparent. But at the same time, you have to realize that there is only a limit to what they will do based upon what is being shown on the pitch. So I would say you need to go ahead and tap the big companies first, see what they will be able to do, what you have brought already, and see how that can contribute to overall success, not only for the club, but also for the companies themselves, because that actually could be a big benefit as well. So just a thought process in that point. And that kind of segues into my next point regarding MLS. This Wednesday is actually a huge test for the team, where they will play the Columbus Crew right up I-71 in the U.S. Open Cup. Now, this is going to be a big test to see, hey, can these guys keep up with this level of talent? I'm not saying it's not possible. What I'm saying is that this needs to be either a great showing or something that says we can at least keep up. You don't have to win. As long as you're able to keep up and you give up maybe like that random one goal just out of like sheer luck, that's better than saying you lose 1-0 or 1-0 you can't get possession, 2-0 and you put that on the back four. And I'd rather us either win, which would be fantastic, or go down fighting and making the right plays the entire game. So hopefully with this game coming up on Wednesday, they can at least give the MLS, the commissioner of the MLS, a good show, saying like, hey, we deserve to be there. Let's show you what we got, and then let's talk about the expansion in MLS. Outside of the fact that what I just talked about with the stadium, that it needs to be built specifically for the club, and you can't use UC's actual stadium down at Clifton. I understand that. So I hope the guys do well. I will be vlogging that game because I'm going to the game this week. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be packed to the nines. I think there's at least 20,000 tickets sold for that. I assume it's going to be about 25 by the end of this weekend. Hopefully, it's not going to be the level of last year's Crystal Palace game, but it's going to be very, very much packed in the same regard. So, as I say about last year, it brings me to my third and final point about why I'm making this video of where FC Cincinnati is and what they can actually do to set themselves apart from a lot of different clubs out here. Last year, when John Harkes was the coach or the manager of the team, he actually had a connection where we actually brought in Crystal Palace, who is a English Premier League team. They're usually mid-table, but they're still really solid. And it's not that they played their B squad; they actually played everybody that was on the roster. So you saw more subs than usual. You saw people that usually probably would never get a start over there come in. You would probably see their youth players playing. You saw all of our players playing. It was a great show. You also brought in 35,000 fans. If you need to see the video, it's going to be in a link in the description down below, where it's just a different environment. I actually got down there early for the game. Started on one side of the pitch, ended up on the other side of the pitch, and honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better setting for where I watched the game on both sides. And it was beautiful to watch because you saw the city get behind this. You even had Crystal Palace fans come out in droves too. Yeah, they were given a small section, but it didn't matter. The abundance of football fans that you saw down in the stadium was so mesmerizing, and it made me take a step back and say, this is why people love this game. And so now, but now this season, we actually got an announcement. I believe it was Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, because they had some technical difficulties in how they wanted to announce another friendly match coming over. It was announced earlier this week that we would have a La Liga team, which I believe is the second most popular league over in Europe, will be coming over to play us as well. They would have announced it the day of, but they had some technical difficulties. The communication directors, they were just landing down there, I believe, Florida, and they wanted to talk about this and make the press at the same time. That way, they're in on it together. And so there was speculation that it would be FC Barcelona, because there was I think there's a youth camp happening downtown somewhere with FC Barcelona, because they're on their tour in the U.S. as well. But more signs pointed to another club, which is very they're very good. They're very, very good, actually. They host a former Manchester United player that I actually loved, and it's good for the team. And they're going to be playing Valencia CF, which is on July 24th at 7. And don't take anything away from, obviously I wanted Barcelona. I would have wanted Real Madrid. But Valencia CF is no joke. They are actually really good. They compete with the Atleticos of the world. They compete with the Reals of the world. They compete with the Barcelonas of the world. They're not to be taken lightly. So for us to get, not only you get an English Premier League team, and now you get a La Liga team. This says something a lot for what this team has built and where they're going to go. And yes, it is a friendly, but it's kind of hard for me to take that away from your minor league soccer team. In theory, you shouldn't be pulling these big guys to come play with you. That's huge. And so, as I filmed it last year when I watched Crystal Palace, I'm going to film it again this year when Valencia CF comes over on July 24th, and it's going to be great. Yeah, it's a Monday, but guess what? Who cares? It's going to be a Monday that I'm not going to forget, and everyone hates Mondays, but I'm not going to hate this Monday, surprisingly enough, because you have a great matchup. Regardless of whether you win or lose, people are going to show up. This is what you need to see. And so I'm happy that this team is actually going to where it's going. So if it keeps up this way, it's going to be nothing but the ceiling for these guys. And I'm very happy that this club is actually showing up in this city. It's been good. People are very passionate about this. They love coming to the regular USL games. They come to the US Open Cup. They're coming to the international friendlies, and they're showing that they want to make a push. They want to be well known. So hopefully this keeps up. I really love where this thing is going, and I really hope that it just continues to go this way. So in the meantime, if you all enjoyed this video, please drop a like at the bottom of this video. I'm just very grateful. Yeah, obviously I want to get likes. I want to get my subscribers up. I want to keep bringing you all content. I'm just happy that you just spent the time to watch me talk about this for about 12-13 minutes of your time. So any support that you give me, whether it's just watching this video, dropping likes, subscribing to the channel, sharing this with your friends, whatever it is that you're doing, I really appreciate it, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I will continue to bring you more content. FC Cincinnati season is still going on strong. I know there are games I'm going to miss, which is going to be unfortunate. I'll give my season ending recap later on. I know I'm going to miss the last home game because of some stuff. But in the meantime, guys, you have been so supportive, and I really, truly appreciate all of the views, all of the likes on the videos, and it's been nothing but a blessing, and I'm going to continue to do this for as long as I find enjoyment in FC Cincinnati, which I don't see going away for a long time. So again, leave a comment below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm glad you all enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. This is your boy Jay. Hope you have a good afternoon, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.